All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to unpack the huge potential of blockchain technology in the world of finance. We're going to look past the hype and focus on 4 really concrete ways this tech is set to change, well, just about everything, from how you prove who you are to how money zips around the globe.
So if you've ever worked with databases, you know the absolute headache of reconciliation, right? You've got your version of the data, someone else has theirs, and you spend a ton of time and money just to make sure they match. But what if that whole painful process just went away? What if the entire financial industry could run on one single shared source of truth?
Well, that's exactly the big idea behind blockchain. It's about moving away from this old model where every bank has its own private, siloed ledger to a new world where everyone shares one distributed ledger. You can think of it like a giant tamper-proof spreadsheet that everyone involved can see and, more importantly, trust. Okay, let's dive into the first major way this idea is being applied.
First up, we're tackling one of the most repetitive and, frankly, annoying processes in finance, proving who you are. Every single time you open a new bank account or investment account, you start from scratch. It's a system that is just begging for an upgrade.
So the real question is, can we create a single digital identity that you, and only you, control? One that you can use to instantly get set up with any financial institution without having to upload a picture of your passport for the 100th time?
And the way blockchain solves this is actually pretty clever. First, you upload your identity documents just once to a super secure encrypted block. Then, a bank or financial institution verifies those documents one time, and they validate your digital identity on the chain. Now here's the game changer. That validated digital ID is now yours. You hold it, you control it. So when you want to open an account at a new bank, you just grant them temporary permission to see your already verified block. And just like that, onboarding is almost instant. It saves the banks a fortune, and it saves you from that endless cycle of paperwork.
Okay, next up, let's look at what you might call the plumbing of the financial markets, settling assets. This is the whole back-office world where trades get confirmed and ownership officially changes hands. And right now, it's a real mess of complexity and risk.
Think about it. Today, when a stock is traded, you have all these different players, the buyer's bank, the seller's bank, the clearinghouse, and they all have to update their own separate ledgers. This creates this messy, super time-consuming process of just making sure everyone's books match up. So how can we fix this?
Well, the difference is just night and day. On the left, you see the old world. Everyone has their own separate ledger, which means tons of manual work and a high risk of errors. Everyone has their own version of the truth. But on the right, you have the blockchain model, a single shared ledger. The trade gets recorded once, and it's visible to everybody who's allowed to see it, all at the same time. The most important part, you eliminate all that constant expensive reconciliation. The trade settles way faster, with a tiny fraction of the risk.
Now this is where that shared ledger idea gets even more powerful. Because a blockchain can do more than just record transactions. It can actually execute them automatically. This is done using something called smart contracts, and they open up a whole new world of automation.
I mean, think about all the processes out there that are governed by really clear if this, then that logic. An insurance company pays out a claim if it's approved. A company pays for goods if they're delivered. Can we just take the human delays and the stacks of paperwork out of these agreements for good?
This is where smart contracts come into play. You can think of them as just computer programs that are stored on a blockchain, and they run automatically when certain conditions are met. It's like a normal contract, but it executes itself. You don't need a person or a bank in the middle to enforce the rules because the code itself is the rule.
Let's use an insurance claim as an example. You submit your claim directly to the smart contract. Then an oracle, which is just a trusted external source of data, like a report from an assessor, feeds that verified information to the contract. The moment the contract confirms all the conditions are met, boom, it executes. It can even trigger the payment directly to the repair shop. It's this combination of the blockchain, contract, and trusted real-world data that just cuts out delays and paperwork, making everything transparent for everyone.
And you can take that exact same idea and apply it to something huge, like global trade finance. Instead of relying on slow, paper-based things like letters of credit, a smart contract could automatically release payment to a supplier the very second a shipment's GPS tracker confirms it arrived at the destination. It connects the physical world to the financial one instantly, with zero friction.
All right, for our last big use case, we're tackling one of the most basic functions of the entire financial system, sending money across borders. And as you probably know, it's a process that is shockingly slow and expensive right now.
Seriously,
If you've ever sent money internationally, you know it can take days to get there. It has to hop between multiple banks, and each one takes a little cut. Why is it slower to send money from London to New York than it is to send an email? And how can we possibly fix that?
The difference is pretty stark. On the left, you've got the traditional system, which relies on this complicated web of correspondent banks. That's why it's slow, expensive, and opaque. You never really know where your money is. But the blockchain system on the right enables a direct, peer-to-peer transfer. It's nearly instant, it cuts out all those middleman fees, and it gives you a perfectly clear, verifiable record of the whole thing.
But it's not just about speed. This tech brings some other really powerful advantages. It can use a digital asset as a bridge currency to make it easier to trade between two currencies that don't have a lot of volume. It creates a crystal clear audit trail, which is great for things like compliance. And finally, it gets rid of this clunky and expensive thing called nostro management. That's where banks have to park huge amounts of their own cash in foreign accounts just to make transfers possible. With blockchain, that whole need can just disappear, freeing up massive amounts of capital.
So when you step back and look at the whole picture, reinventing identity, streamlining how assets are settled, automating contracts, and totally rebuilding global payments, it's pretty clear this isn't just some minor tweak. It's a fundamental shift, and it makes you wonder, the real question isn't which parts of finance will be affected, it's which parts won't.
I'd love to know what you think. Which one of these use cases do you think will have the biggest impact first? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And for more deep dives into the tech that's shaping our world, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.